Fuel prices across India have recently increased again, with petrol and diesel rising by around rupees 3 per litre, and CNG prices also going up. Well, this marks one of the first major hikes in nearly 4 years, and it has already started affecting daily travel, transport costs, and household budgets. But this increase comes at a time when global crude oil prices are under pressure due to the geopolitical tensions, including disruptions that is linked to the US-Iran conflict and instability in key energy routes like the Strait of Hormuz. And oil marketing companies have also revised prices to partially offset rising crude cost, which has added further pressure on consumers. And according to the reports, this revision is not just a routine change. It signals the beginning of a broader adjustment after a long period of relatively stable fuel prices. And at the same time, government reports suggest that India has still managed to avoid a much sharper price shock through tax cuts and subsidies, even though global conditions remain volatile. But beyond the numbers and global reasons, the real concern for most people is simple: that how do we handle this in everyday life? Well, this raises question that are we using our daily travel in the most efficient way? Well, when fuel becomes expensive, the first thing worth questioning is that how we actually use our travel. A large portion of fuel is not spent on long journeys but on repeated short trips throughout the day. Small errands done separately often increase fuel consumption without us realizing it. So smarter planning can make a real difference here. When daily tasks like grocery shopping, bank visits, or other errands are combined into a single trip, fuel usage automatically reduces, and it also saves time and makes the day more organized. And along with this, shifting towards public transport, metro systems, buses, or shared rides can significantly reduce personal fuel expenses. Carpooling with colleagues or friends is another practical option that helps manage rising costs without major lifestyle changes. Or is this the beginning of a bigger shift in transportation? Well, beyond immediate concerns, a larger shift is already visible in the automobile industry, as electric vehicle manufacturers are increasing production as demand rises due to the higher fuel prices. Well, at the same time, CNG-based vehicles and hybrid options are also gaining popularity as practical alternatives. And this transition is not just a market reaction, it reflects a broader movement towards lower fuel dependency and more efficient transportation systems. So improving infrastructure and rising awareness are making these alternatives more realistic than ever before. And what are experts and policymakers saying about this? Government reports have explained that the recent fuel price hike is mainly driven by global factors rather than domestic policy changes. Crude oil prices have risen due to international tensions, but India has still managed to avoid a much sharper increase. Oil marketing companies have raised petrol and diesel prices by rupees 3 per litre each, and CNG by rupees 2 per kilogram, marking the first major revision in 4 years. Officials also point out that without subsidies, tax cuts, and price absorption by oil companies, retail prices could have been significantly higher. However, the stability comes at a cost, as oil companies are reportedly under financial pressure due to the absorbed losses. So economists also warn that if the global crude prices remain high, inflationary pressure on transport, goods, and household budgets could increase further. Well, it is a time to adapt to a changing reality, as fuel prices will continue to fluctuate due to global conditions, and that is something beyond individual control. What remains in our control is how we respond. So by improving daily travel habits, driving more efficiently, and planning expenses more carefully, the impact of rising fuel costs can be reduced. And at the same time, the growing shift towards electric and alternative fuel vehicles shows that transportation is already evolving. Ultimately, this is not just about a fuel price hike. It is about adapting to a changing energy landscape where smarter choices today can create more stability for the future. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.